My dear Akwa Ibomites, my wife, Our Excellency, Dr. Mrs. Mata Udom Emmanuel, and I share the joy of Easter with all Akwa Ibomites and residents of our state. Easter is an important event in Christendom. It is the ultimate expression of sacrifice, which our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ made on the cross over 2,000 years ago. For the remission of our sins, by his resurrection 3 days later, death was defeated, salvation for mankind was restored, and a season of rebirth was ushered. Today, we are proud and sanctified heirs of that renewal. This Easter celebration is particularly significant for me. It signals the last time I will share the joy of Easter with you as your governor, and also a propitious moment for me to express my deepest gratitude to you, my dear people, for all the prayers, support, and encouragement I have received from you in the last almost 8 years. This is not yet my valedictory speech. However, I can't help but to express my deepest gratitude to you, my dear Akwa Ibomites, for entrusting me with the huge task of being your governor, of working to extend and deepen the growth and development across the length and crannies of this state. It has been a hugely impactful experience, one that tested our capacity and preparedness to fulfill our campaign promises. But because we came prepared with a well-defined blueprint anchored on the need to expand the frontiers of development through rapid industrialization, the provision of soft and hard infrastructure, and a new vista of growth predicated on our initial 5-point agenda, later expanded into the 8-point completion agenda. We have been able to rise to the call of the moment and change the narratives and enlarge the chapters of the book of our development. As I get ready to take a bow in the next few days, I'm eminently proud and assured that I'll be leaving this state better than I met her, and in the capable, tested, and steady hands of my successor, the governor-elect, Pastor Umar Basi Eno, who I believe will further carry the torch of peace, development, growth, and unity of our dear people. Let me use this opportunity to again thank our people for the peaceful manner you trooped out during the last gubernatorial and state House of Assembly elections and exercised your constitutional franchise. From all accounts, including those of the foreign observers, the election was peaceful, free, credible, and a profound and wholesome expression of the collective will of our desire of our people. My dear people, you voted for the continuation of all that we have started and achieved in the last almost 8 years. You voted for the furtherance of peace, for growth, for development, and for our unity. Let me thank our great party, the PDP, our fathers in faith, our stakeholders, the elder statesmen, our women, our youths, and other lawful residents of this great state for believing in the need for continuity and good governance. Let me also salute other contestants for believing in our electoral process and the common good of our people. In my maiden Easter speech almost 8 years ago, I had enjoined our people to let the spirit of the season of Easter continue to shape and define our engagements with one another, that we should continue to be hopeful, be optimistic, and to know that the challenges of today will become opportunities tomorrow. Today, almost 8 years after, we have turned our challenges into opportunities for growth and reawakening of our collective spirit of enterprise and creativity. As I stand here to reflect on the challenges we faced upon assumption of office on May 29, 2015, and to see where we are today, I can only say that God has been awesomely wonderful and deeply gracious towards us as a state and as a people. To him alone be the glory, honor, and adoration. We came in facing a tailwind of economic difficulties, with the price of oil at its lowest in decades. Thus, tackling recurring expenditure proved challenging for most subnationals. Not to talk of embarking upon capital projects. The fundamentals of economic growth were, to say the least, dire and shaky. In 2 years after we came in, we battled 2 recessions. And just when we thought the economic coast was becoming clearer and more predictable, the COVID-19 pandemic reared its ugly head and shut down the world for more than a year, changing and altering possibly forever the way the world works and operates. In spite of all these challenges, we rose like meteors, and because we came with the innate ability and capacity to stare challenges in the face and take them head on, we were able to overcome. And today, the Akwa Ibom story has become a national story, a story of a subnational which, without control of national policies, had achieved so much across sectors because of the quality of leadership we have been blessed with and the passionate dedication to the pursuit of legacy of impact projects, which today dot our landscape. To the glory of God, as this season is one of the rebirth and renewal, we have also seen the rebirth and renewal of the Akwa Ibom story from a land previously seen as a purely civil service-oriented state to one that today is a fast industrializing subnational with progress made in several areas never imagined. Even though there are still more to do, which thankfully my successor will expand on, we can all beat our chest and proclaim loudly without sounding boastful that the Akwa Ibom today is better than the Akwa Ibom we met in 2015. And that is the way it should be. Progress must continue from one administration to the next. Today, because we dreamed big and saw huge pictures, Akwa Ibom has become the reference point in aviation development. Our orange colors define the Nigerian aviation industry with Udom Air, which has won every conceivable awards in aviation in its less than 4 years of existence. With a fleet of 7 aircraft, including 5 Bombardier 900 series and 2 Airbuses, with more expected in the next few months. What was thought impossible 8 years ago today has been made possible. Our state is the only subnational with a thriving commercial airline in Nigeria and possibly Africa. And this should gladden the hearts of every Akwa Ibomite. Our determination to become the aviation hub of the Gulf of Guinea has seen us construct what is arguably the best and the smartest airport terminal in the nation, and indeed Africa, which would be commissioned very soon. We have gone ahead to complete the maintenance, repair, and overhaul hangar, a true foreign exchange earner, which we expect to also commission soon. We also hope to commission the longest taxiway in the nation shortly as well. The effect of Udom Air today has made our state the destination of choice for most Nigerians and others across the world. It has generated thousands of employment for our people. It has moved our state to the apex of tourism and improved our ease of doing business index. It can only get better, and it would in the coming years. Akwa Ibom is rising, and we should all be proud. We campaigned on the 3 drivers of growth and progress, namely land, air, and sea. Undoubtedly, we have delivered highly commendable results in these areas. Our investment in hard infrastructure today has put our state in the front burner of national discourse on how a subnational could utilize the lean resources available to impact lives and create enduring infrastructure. With faith in God, what has blessed us with, and with prudent application of resources available, we have constructed, expanded, and opened up the state with world-class road network. From Uyo to Ikoregbene to Eket, our state can be accessed and linked seamlessly via a network of world-class roads without any potholes. There's no senatorial district that we have not impacted with quality and economically viable roads. Without naming all the roads we have constructed in the last almost 8 years, but who can forget the world-class 29-kilometer Uyo-Ikoregbene road that we met at less than 3 kilometers, but which we have completed and commissioned, and today has reduced the commuting time from Uyo to Ikoregbene to less than 30 minutes, thus opening up the famed Rafia city for economic activities and better quality of life for the residents. The Idahosenka and Clement Isong 10-lane superhighway, also known as the Ring Road 3, has showed the world what a determined and purpose-driven subnational can do. Once the passion is right, nothing is impossible. This hugely economically viable road is the only road of such in the nation to be constructed by a subnational and is on the same scope and beauty as the airport road in Abuja, done by the federal government. This is even more exciting as it was constructed by our homegrown Akwa Ibomite contractor, Hensec Integrated Services. The spectacular 18 Andonoyo Road has been constructed and commissioned with highway lighting systems, thus linking Uyo to East-West Road that connects us to Rivers and Bayelsa states, respectively, and enhances the free movement of goods and services in those two contiguous states. Also, the Akwa Ibom Road was commissioned within the first year of this administration, thus alleviating the horrors of commuters to the oil-producing areas of Ibom and Eket. The Ekwera Zoo, Ntoidino Road, which was a dead trap for decades today, connects us with Abia State, again enhancing a free flow of trade and services. Early this year, we commissioned the longest bridge in South-South and the fourth longest in the nation, the 1.15 Afi Ukontege Bridge, linking the newly constructed Etebienwang Road in Bolu government area. We equally have commissioned the Eyo-Tai Ekem Eyo-Abasi Road in Udom, the first of such road in the life of that local government area. In Oruanam, we also completed and commissioned the Ikori-Britam Ibesiro-Bokoro Road to Ikori-Kara in Ikori-Abasi, thus opening up these communities for free flow of goods and services to neighboring Rivers and Bayelsa states, respectively. In the remaining month, we hope to commission the airport expansion, the 23-kilometer Eket-Etinan Road with 3 bridges, the 29-kilometer Uyo-Etinan Road, the Anwambak-Ished Road, the Ikot-Ekbombaitu Road, which links Etemegbo with the Kalu government areas, respectively, amongst others. With several internal roads constructed in Oron, in Eket, and Ikot-Ekbene senatorial districts, and in Uyo metropolis, which are too numerous to mention here. The flood controls at Nsika Adok Avenue, IBB outfall drains, which has reduced to negligible proportions the perennial flood in those critical areas. We have fulfilled one of the cardinal campaign promises, which was to consolidate and expand our road infrastructure. As I get ready to hand over the baton to the governor-elect, I do so knowing fully well that the Akwa Ibom State has about the best road network in the country. Akwa Ibom is indeed rising, and we should be all proud of where we are heading. Government is a continuum, and with the passion, competence, and capacity of my successor, I'm sure that Ibom Deep Sea Port, whose approvals I've already secured, will be realized in due course. We campaigned on the need to attract foreign investments and rapidly industrialize our state, and thus change the narratives of those being a purely civil service-oriented state. Today, with Akwa Ibom as the lead producer of much-needed syringes, with our flour produced at our fully automated King's Flour Mill, now the most desired in the South-South, based on the flavor, with the metering solutions providing meters for proper and accurate reading of electricity bills, with coconut oil refinery, easily the most creative way to utilize the natural economic benefits of coconut. The industrial clusters in Itam that produces utility items like the bamboo source tissue papers, plastics, etc. The soon-to-be commissioned automotive and motor oil producing plant in Itam. The 21-story called the Dakada Towers, the tallest in the Niger Delta region, and the 7th tallest in the entire country, providing office space for companies desiring to move to our state. The narratives of our state has been changed forever. These industries have provided thousands of jobs to our people and the associated value chain. We have kept our promise on industrialization, and on this score, our state is rising and can only get better. We came with a bold pledge to improve agriculture and make our staple food items readily available and affordable. We followed through on this with the inauguration of a technical committee on agriculture and food sufficiency. Almost 8 years later, we have achieved a lot in this regard. Today, our rice mill in Nini is producing rice for our local consumption. We also have numerous gari processing mills scattered all over the 3 senatorial districts, with the fertilizer blending factory in Abak, the only one in the entire South-South, enriching our agricultural produce. The Bomfadama Microfinance Bank has been offering soft loans to our farmers. The establishment of Agri Investment Directorate has helped in the expansion of mechanized farming and other agro-like investments. Today, we have been able to produce enough food to feed our teeming population at affordable price range, thus fulfilling one of the major requirements of the social contract. Ufanini Palm Kernel Mill, located at Ikorok Bankuk in Ukanafu local government area, which produces palm kernel oil, is poised to change the economic narrative of Nigeria. Akwa Ibom is rising, and with agricultural revolution being a key element of the governing blueprint of the governor-elect, it can only get better. Our investment in healthcare has borne great fruits in line with our campaign promise to make healthcare a major area of investment and attention. As we get ready to hand over the baton, we have constructed, remodeled, and equipped with the best medical facilities available, general hospitals in the 10 federal constituencies and the 3 others in Itu, the Maurice Lesor General Hospital, in Etemekbo, in Ibiono, and also in Awaiman, making the total number 14. Ibom Specialist Hospital, too, has been upgraded with functional intensive care unit and new management to drive its vision. Because we are proactive in our approach to governance, we're prepared for any medical emergency such as the smallpox and chickenpox. When COVID-19 came, we activated our emergency plans. Today, with our fully functional infectious disease control center and the largest oxygen plant in the nation located in Itumba, we have been able to mitigate and manage effectively the issues of airborne diseases. We have recruited numerous medical personnel and physicians and paid them good salaries to keep them committed to their jobs. Today, there's a general hospital available to patients within 20 to 30 minutes reach in any of the federal constituencies. A great feat indeed. As we get ready to hand over the baton to my successor, the healthcare delivery services we have put in place is among the best in Nigeria. Education is the engine of growth and prosperity of any given society. Through Interministerial Direct Labor Coordinating Committee, we have remodeled and equipped over 4,000 classroom blocks and provided corresponding science equipment with collaborations from the Nigerian Army and Navy respectively. We have converted the former Salvation Army Secondary School in Efa, 18 and local government area, to Army Command Secondary Science School, and the Navy Secondary School in Ikontuen, Oruanam local government area. At our last State Executive Council meeting, we approved the taking over of 14 more community schools, bringing to 35 the number of such schools already taken over by my administration for better management and improved service delivery for our upcoming generation. Today, our WAEC pass rate has improved from 60% to over 80%, which is highly commendable. We have rejigged our educational curriculum and put emphasis on information technology, sciences, and entrepreneurial development. Over 2,000 new teachers have been added to our school system, and we remain committed to ensuring that public school system is managed well and remains the pathway to ensuring that no child is left behind in pursuit of education and personal growth and development. As we get ready to hand over the baton to my successor, I'm happy to announce to you that the future of our children as far as our educational system is concerned is rock solid, and it can only get better. Rural and riverine development aimed at curbing rural-urban migration was a key element of our 8-point agenda. Today, with over 90% of the gazetted villages linked to the national grid, with thousands of feeder roads constructed, hospitals and other secondary healthcare facilities constructed and equipped, our rural areas have never had it so good. With this policy also a central element of my successor's agenda, Akwa Ibom is on the cusp of further rural development. Our women and youths are becoming more entrepreneurial with our impactful interventions by my dear wife, the First Lady, through our signature PET project, Family Enhancement and Youth Reorientation Path Initiative, FERE. Our women have expanded their businesses, and our youths have agreed to Dakada to the faith of their greatness. No longer are they totally waiting for government to provide them employment. These days, our youths are adding value, utilizing their hands and creative endeavors to create sustainable living for themselves. Akwa Ibom today is the destination of choice for most Nigerians. Our hotel occupancy rate is over 90%. With Ibom Air and the attendant ease of doing business, the peace we enjoy here, our rich cultural heritage, our cuisine, and firm hospitable disposition, our state is emerging as a tourism hub. The 4 Point by Sheraton Hotel in Enikoregbene, which we opened a few months ago, has become a favorite place for tourists. And you, our dear people, it is good to hear the good stories coming from the hotel, how our people now spend family time with their children and spouses. In sports, we have won 2 national trophies, the Aitio Cup and the National League by Akwa United. Our well-managed nest of champions remain the choice of most international football engagements of our national team, the Super Eagles. We also completed and commissioned the 18,000-seating capacity Eket International Stadium, and work is ongoing at the Uyo Stadium, which we hope to commission very soon. We had earlier this year constructed and commissioned the Olympic-sized swimming pool, which was used during the Nigeria Police Games hosted by us. We are determined to catch and nurture our young talents early. Let me salute our gallant security agencies for the robust cooperation we have enjoyed in the last almost 8 years. You have, in deep collaboration with us, turned our story around. Today, Akwa Ibom is generally seen and celebrated as one of the most peaceful states in the nation. We salute your dedication and remain convinced you will extend the same level of cooperation to the governor-elect. Akwa Ibom State is rising, and it can only get better. Let me end this speech by again calling for unity and love amongst our people. We may have disagreements on political front. We may have pursued growth and development through different political prisms, but we must resist the impulse of letting politics create unbridgeable schism amongst us as kindred. Our founding fathers, who banded together and established Ibibio State College in Ikoregbene, may not agree totally on their political leanings, but they knew that our kindred spirit can never be broken through the ephemeral or temporary impulses of political affiliations. I urge our political class to shake their swords and join hands with the governor-elect, Pastor Umo Eno, to build an economically vibrant state where the yearnings and hopes of our collective growth and development would be attained for the good of us and the generations yet unborn. It has been my great honor and privilege to serve you as your governor as I am getting ready to hand over the baton. I do so with full conviction and deep faith that given the resources available, given the challenging economic tailwind that we face, given the 2 recessions and a pandemic of historic proportions, God has been merciful. God has been kind, and I'm leaving this state better than I met her. Akwa Ibom is rising, and as a line in our state anthem, so movingly states, forward ever, backward never. It can only get better. Happy Easter to you all, and God bless you, Akwa Ibom State. God bless Nigeria. God bless us all. Akwa Ibom, Edakeda, Ami, Medakanda.